Pleasant good day to all of my YouTube fans and followers across the globe. Welcome to another YouTube presentation, and happy Easter to one and all wherever you are located. I, Imo Rameses Bakari, your psychologist and life coach from the magical community of Point Fortin in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, located in the Southern Caribbean. My mission is to inspire you to increase your self-esteem, to increase your self-confidence, to inspire you to develop clear thinking and even clearer plans. And this will be done through counseling, through coaching, through motivational speaking, through feature addresses, through teaching, and also writing. So you, yes you, are deserving of the best possible life, and it is our intention to partner with you in 2023 to ensure that this becomes a reality. So welcome once again, and at the same time we remind you of our ongoing courses. We remind you of our course entitled The Fundamentals of Psychology, an ongoing 10-week course dealing with psychological theories, concepts, principles, philosophical issues, what is psychology, and more. And the next cohort of this course will begin on the 1st of May for 10 weeks and conclude on the 5th of July 2023. It will be done on Mondays and Wednesdays from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at a cost of $3,800. You can make one payment, you can make two payments, but we have options available for you where you can even pay it in 3 parts or even 4 parts. So we encourage you strongly to enroll early in this course, because those who enroll by April 30th will benefit from a 5% discount. We also encourage you to partake in our ongoing course, The Fundamentals of Public Speaking, costing $1,200 for students and $1,800 for the general public. We also encourage you to participate in our ongoing course, Mastering Emotional Intelligence and Becoming Emotionally Resilient, priced at $1,800 for students and $2,500 for the general public. So, whether it's the Fundamentals of Psychology, which will be starting soon, or the other ongoing courses, give us a call at 1-868-778-5141, 1-868-779-2544, or email us at leadersipwithadifference@gmail.com. We also know you have been impressed with our work and would like to see this channel become a tremendous force that it is destined to be. And of course, you can contribute via our YP link on the description page. You can also contribute via the information flashing on your screen. You can also buy our book, Conversations, priced at $100 TT, 45 EC, or 15 United States dollars. So we remind you that there is a lot on offer. You can also book a counseling or coaching employment, a counseling or coaching appointment, and you can choose any one of the various ways in which to support our work. We depend on you, we count on you, and we know that you certainly will rise to the occasion and give us the support that we truly deserve. So once again, give us a call at 1-868-778-5141, 1-868-779-2544, or email us at leadershipwithadifference@gmail.com. So, as usual, we begin our presentation with a motivational word. And the motivational word today is that education is limitless, and we must not construct borders around it. Once again, education is limitless, and we must not construct borders around it. So once you are in life, you are in a school, and the best school and the greatest school that you can be in is the school of life. When you are in a class in an educational institution, that's a very narrow facet of learning. But every living moment, every experience is an opportunity to learn and to grow. So let us do not box education in a corner. Let us do not limit education to the tertiary or technical, what have you, but appreciate the wideness and the breadth of education. Just as the ancient Egyptians truly recognized, to consider someone to be fully educated, you had to be educated in civics, in divinity, in the social sciences, in the natural sciences, in sport, etc., in terms of creating that holistic being that is so essential in producing educated persons. So the topic for today is that education will not be valuable without a guiding philosophy. There cannot be proper education when there is not a philosophy. As I said in other presentation, a philosophy is a set of beliefs, a belief system. What is the philosophy that guides education in the Caribbean, education in the world? Of course, different countries have different contexts, different cultures, different objectives, etc. But we need to be clear, because I'm not sure that there's a clear guiding philosophy in terms of exactly what our visions and missions and objectives are framed around in terms of guiding why we learn, what we learn, because it is so essential to have that kind of framework. Because when we look at our various crises in the Caribbean, we have to ask ourselves, what really is the philosophy that is guiding us? When we look at our situation here in Trinidad and Tobago, very, sadly, we have had a situation from 2020 to 2023, as recently reported in the national news, where over 2,800 students have dropped out of school, 150 plus at the primary level, and over 2,600 plus at the secondary level. What are some of the reasons for these students dropping out? Economic, social, psychological, economic being a major factor. Many single parented homes, female-headed in a lot of cases, many parents unemployed, 3 children, 4 children, 5 children, 2 children, as the case may be. The inability to even provide passage sometimes is an issue. As we know from the heights of the pandemic, many of the students could not have accessed online classes because they could not have afforded it. All right? They could not have even afford to buy the packages that were available. And because of the economic crunch that they fell into, with parents being retrenched, food not available, money not available, many of them had to drop out. Many of them have the potential, but because of these circumstances, they are now out of school, right? So we have those with ability who have the challenge of contending with the fact that they can deliver, but because of their economic situation, because of their social situation, sometimes, with not being able to go to school and sometimes different environments they may be in, the influences are not all that positive, and they become more vulnerable to falling into bad company and engaging in unproductive activities that will not serve them well in the future. So what really should exist within our educational institutions? What should be the framework? What should be the contents of our curriculum? So there are a number of fundamental things that are absent, in terms of teaching students about themselves, in terms of their origins, their evolution, and their present reality. Teaching students to love themselves, teaching students to identify what they are good at, framing education in a way where students will be able to be excited about what they learn. And for students to be excited about what they learn, it will depend on the educators to have a framework where their talents can be identified and we can build around their talents. For example, very few people may make it in sports. But if we had a sporting industry in the Caribbean, a well-developed sporting industry, certainly sport could have been seen as a viable option. It is a viable option, not necessarily in the Caribbean context, unless perhaps you got a scholarship and a breakthrough at a certain level. But if we could have built an industry, if we could have built a proper cultural industry, there is no reason why somebody skilled at playing pan could not develop their skills in a full way to make a decent living. So we are failing in that many students who might not be particularly suited for academics are being forced into that. Of course, certain basics should be always part of education. The ability to read, the ability to write, the ability to enumerate, and building around your talent, and having the avenues. Because if the avenues are there to take in their talent, if it's developed fully, one, within the class time, there will be disruptions because they will be excited because you are working from the point of view of their strengths. So, should a philosophy of existentialism exist in education? And when we talk about existentialism, we're talking about personal choice. Should the student have a personal choice in terms of what they should be taught? There is room for that, but of course we cannot have a free-for-all. But if that is explored, we could get a deeper understanding of what the student would like to pursue and try to frame our curriculum with that in mind. So there's a space for existentialism. We have functioned within a teacher-led kind of framework. How successful have we been? We have to seriously investigate it. Because as we all know, the long-time model of education of the sage on the stage is slowly slipping away. Although there are many educators like to hog the show, but really and truly, as one Kenyan professor said a couple of years ago at the University of the West Indies, Professor Truma, is that education should be able to draw out rather than stuff into people's head. So there is a space for a student-centered focus in education also. There is a space for constructivism, meaning constructing learning based on the experiences and the realities of students. But fundamentally, we must develop a philosophy that embraces the attributes, the positive attributes of the student, their desires, and motivate them to the fullest ability and provide all the support possible. And also have activities in our educational institutions that match the developmental needs of Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, or whichever part of the world. So we have an important assignment to do as Caribbean educators in ensuring that we get the philosophy of education right. Of course, there are a number of other things besides philosophy. We need proper resourcing, we need properly trained teachers, we need properly designed curriculum, etc. We need to have all of these things working together, but we certainly need to change the paradigm. Because at the end of the day, those who can make best use of their talent are the ones who really should be considered the most educated. Because at the end of the day, if you cannot utilize what you are endowed with to create something better, then there's a big question mark over education. So let us work on developing a philosophy, which certainly will be an important step in getting the many other things right. Because to have ongoing school dropouts, to have ongoing incidents of violence in schools, to have people even being, successful and struggling to survive, certainly leaves a number of unanswered questions about the education system. So let's get the philosophy right. I know the educators who are listening will agree with me. There is much work to be done, but we must demonstrate the commitment in terms of giving the Caribbean a fighting chance to compete. We have the example of Singapore under their famous president, Lee Kuan Yew, who was able to inspire that country in such a way that even though lacking natural resources, they are now rated as a developed country and a financial giant in the world because no effort was spared in developing the human resources of that country. So certainly their philosophy was to develop their human resources to the fullest extent, and today, for many years now, they are reaping the rewards where they have attained and maintained developed country status without natural resources. So we can take a cue if we are really serious and move in that direction to make the Caribbean a more forceful entity on the global space. So thank you for listening. Thank you for digesting the message. And as usual, we remind you to like, share, comment, and of course, subscribe to our channel. We remind you once again to register early for our course, The Fundamentals in Psychology, beginning on the 1st of May and concluding on the 5th of July. As I said earlier on, it will run on Mondays and Wednesdays from 5 to 7 p.m., costing $3,800. Of course, you can book a counseling and coaching appointment. You can buy our book Conversations at 100 TT, 45 EC, or 15 United States dollars. And you can also contribute via the information you see flashing across the screen, also through a YP link, and in any other way to ensure that the work of this channel continues full pace ahead. So thank you again for listening. Give us a call at 1-868-778-5141, 1-868-779-2544, or email us at leadersipwithadifference@gmail.com. So let's get our educational philosophy right, and thank you once again. Stay tuned for another powerful presentation. Bye.